Welcome to Vector Weather, the complete tutorial series. 9 short lessons from creating your account to making a confident go, no-go decision. Vector Weather brings weather models, live observations, tides and currents, terrain exposure, and your vessel profile into one planning workspace. Use anchoring when you want to assess one place over a forecast window. Use route weather, the route section, when you want to see how conditions develop leg by leg along a passage. Use the conditions map when you want to scan an area before committing to either plan. The key phrase is decision support. Vector Weather does not replace official forecasts, navigation charts, notices to mariners, sailing directions, local knowledge, or what you observe from the boat. It also does not make the go or no-go decision. That responsibility stays with the skipper. In this series, we'll set up a vessel, analyze an anchorage, read the report, plan a route, and review the integrations and account tools that help you reuse the result. Start by creating an account or signing in. The first time you sign in, Vector Weather opens a short guided chat instead of a blank form. Tell it about your boat, make and model, or a rough description if you don't have exact specs, and it looks up or fills in a complete profile for you, field by field. Once your boat is described, it proposes either an anchorage analysis or a route plan. You'll pick the actual location yourself on the map in the next step. This guided chat runs once, the first time you sign in. You can restart it later from your account page if you want to redo it. But for every other vessel, a second boat, or detailed edits to this one, use the vessels page directly, which is what the rest of this tutorial covers. Choose kayak, sailboat, or powerboat. You can start with a catalog model and adjust its copied specifications, or create a custom vessel from scratch. If your exact model is not listed, custom is the right choice. Enter the vessel's loaded dimensions as accurately as you can. Length, beam, draft, and displacement influence motion and clearance calculations. Freeboard is a major input to wind load. Anchor roller height contributes to the total vertical distance used in scope calculations. Your maximum safe wave height is a personal operating threshold, not a rating assigned by the software. Roll and pitch periods are optional, but measured values are better than estimates. If you do not know them, Vector Weather estimates them from the vessel geometry and category. Next, describe the anchor, chain, wire if used, and the total load physically available. Confirm chain weight from the manufacturer's specification. It is one of the most influential inputs in the catenary calculation, and entering chain size alone is not a substitute for the correct weight per unit length. Indicate whether a snubber is normally in use. Without one, shock loads transfer more directly to the bow fitting. Sail-capable vessels receive formula-derived sail setups for route timing. These are planning estimates, not certified performance pullers. Name and save the vessel, then make it the default if you want it selected automatically in future analyses. An anchorage analysis evaluates one location across time. For this example, we'll assess an overnight stay at Montague Harbor. Search by place name or enter decimal coordinates. Search gets you to the area. It does not choose your anchoring position. Zoom in and place the pin at the point you actually intend to use, not at a harbor entrance or the center of a place name label. Vector Weather queries charted depth at the pin. This depth is referenced to chart datum, while the scope calculation accounts for predicted tide across the analysis window. If no chart depth is available and you have a reliable depth, you can enter it manually. Always confirm depth against official sources. Choose a window that covers the entire stay, including your arrival and planned departure. Cadence controls the spacing between forecast snapshots. 3 hours is a useful overview. 1 or 2 hours can reveal faster changes. Select the correct vessel so the analysis can use its windage, motion, and ground tackle. Add notes or useful images when local context may not be obvious from the forecast data. Review the location, time window, vessel, and estimated cost. Then run the analysis. It continues in the background, so you can watch the progress log or return later.
A finished report contains a lot of information across 12 tabs. Use a consistent reading order. First, verify the location and chart context. Then inspect scope and vessel safety. Find the worst period in the timeline, compare the source synthesis, and finish with alternatives and official notices. On the Chart tab, confirm the analysis point, depth context, and swing circle scale. The shelter ring shows terrain exposure by direction. Green sectors have nearby land, while red sectors indicate open fetch. This is terrain context, not proof that a sector is safe from swell. Tide and current table markers provide live context when available. Pop-up values are fetched when you open them, so their now value may be newer than the analysis itself. The recommended scope covers the worst conditions found across the forecast window and includes a margin above the calculated minimum. Check the effective depth, the chain and wire split, and whether the recommendation fits the road actually aboard. The catenary diagram shows how the road changes under increasing loads. As load rises, less road remains on the seabed. A dashed, bar-taut case means the road has straightened and can apply upward force at the anchor. A strong reason to reconsider scope, road, or location. Vessel safety brings together motion periods, resonance, forecast confidence, and terrain-related concerns. Treat estimated motion values as estimates, and pay particular attention to direct or near resonance. The Vessel tab shows exactly what the analysis used. Your vessel's dimensions, the anchor system has entered, the road and site depth breakdown, and when relevant, a note on wave surge loading. If a number here looks wrong, it's a vessel profile fix, not a forecast question. The Weather tab shows active marine and high seas warnings, any data quality issues for this run, and the official authority forecast text for cross-reference. The timeline shows when risk changes, one card per forecast horizon. Look beyond the average conditions. Inspect gusts, total and wind-driven waves, period, pressure, tide, steepness, and breaking wave warnings. Open the worst card and note its time. The scope calculation uses the highest predicted water level across the complete window, not just the tide at that card. The Synthesis tab shows where the result came from and where confidence is limited, which sources were accepted or rejected, model agreement, and differences from the official authority forecast. A polished result is not the same thing as high confidence data. Alternatives provides possible bolt holes to investigate, not pre-approved destinations. Verify each one independently. The Log tab is the analysis's own reasoning trace, useful when a result looks surprising and you want to see how the agents got there, not something you need to check on every run. Read the important notices before relying on anything else in the report. Your skipper responsibility reminder, the limitation of liability statement, and the analysis disclaimer. Sailing directions links to official pilot material near the selected location, not shown for kayak profiles. Nav text and High Seas mirrors official Materia bulletins and expands common abbreviations for readability. Use the verbatim view when exact wording matters, and remember that an in-app mirror is not a substitute for official onboard GMDSS reception. A good report supports judgment, it does not replace it.
Route Weather evaluates conditions along a passage. Name the route, select the vessel, and set the planned departure with the correct time zone. Then add waypoints in travel order and enter the intended through water speed for each leg. Use enough waypoints to describe the passage and its meaningful turns, but do not mistake the preview for validated navigation. Standard route weather does not automatically check your hand-drawn legs for every shoal, obstruction, restricted area, or traffic hazard. When analysis completes, each leg receives the worst status found across its forecast horizons: calm, good, caution, rough, or dangerous. The color bar is a summary. Expand the table to see the time, leg, wind, gust, wave, current, speed information, and status behind it. Numbered waypoints describe the route. Yellow hexagons are forecast horizons. Select one to compare course over ground, heading, wind, locally generated waves, swell, and current where available. Current estimates are applied at every simulated point along the route, not only at named passes or narrows. Vector analysis combines your vessel's heading and speed through the water with the current at each step to resolve speed over ground. Choose hold route to adjust heading and counteract cross current, or point at waypoint to aim at the next mark and see how far the current bends your actual track. Wind-driven leeway is separate and still not modeled. For a sail-capable vessel with sail setups, vector weather estimates speed from forecast wind and can use tacking velocity made good when a waypoint is upwind. Select motoring when you want the analysis to use the entered leg speeds instead. Reprocess as departure approaches or whenever the forecast changes. Once complete, you can share a read-only weather view by email. Use the conditions map before creating a detailed plan, or when you want a quick regional picture. Choose now for current observations and present conditions, or move the time control forward to inspect forecast conditions up to the limit shown in the interface. Observation stations are measurements, so they become less relevant when the map moves into the future. Forecast layers change with the selected time. Select a station to check the latest report, and where available, its recent trend and freshness. Use the map to identify questions. Is the wind shift moving along the coast? Are nearby stations agreeing with the model? Is a tide or current feature close to the planned route? Then answer those questions with a full analysis and official sources. Vector weather can connect with supported onboard systems, including SignalK through the SignalK Vector Weather plugin. Create a dedicated API key for the integration. Give it only the permissions it needs. Copy it once into the receiving system and store it securely. Revoke keys that are lost or no longer used. Follow the current setup instructions for the server address, plugin, and permissions. Confirm data flow with a harmless test before relying on it aboard. When sending a route to the boat, treat it as a planning transfer, not a navigation clearance. After import, verify waypoint order, coordinates, datum, units, and every leg against the official chart on the destination system. Never activate an imported route without that review. Vector weather uses points for analyses and selected tools. Before starting paid work, review the estimate shown in the interface. Cost can vary with the action, and for Anchorage analyses, with settings such as forecast length, cadence, and analysis depth. The billing page shows your current balance, available packages, and recent activity. Payments use the hosted checkout shown in the interface. Payments go to RO IT Systems Limited, a Canadian limited company. Charges are normally applied when an action completes. Check the activity list if you need to confirm a completed charge, cancellation, or refund. Use the live billing page as the authority because packages and point values may change after this video is published. Before you finish, make one deliberate review. First, is the point or route exactly where you intend, and have you checked it on an official chart? Second, does the time window cover the whole operation, and when is the worst forecast period? Third, are the vessel, depth, speed, road, and operating limits accurate? Fourth, are observations fresh? Do models agree? And do official warnings or forecasts tell a different story? Fifth, What important risk is outside the model? For anchoring, current load, swing room obstacles, swell bending around terrain, detailed seabed behavior, and several forms of local water movement are not fully modeled. For routes, wind-driven leeway is not modeled. Hazards between your hand-drawn waypoints, short-lived weather between snapshots, and many bar or overfall effects may be absent. Not modeled does not mean not present. Near a river mouth, bar, pass, or narrows, benign-looking output can still coexist with severe local conditions. Compare vector weather with official forecasts and warnings, charts and notices, tide and current tables, sailing directions, local expertise, and what you see on the water. If those sources disagree, investigate the disagreement. The final decision remains yours. To find out more, visit Vector Weather at the link on your screen. New users get 10 free points, so you can discover for yourself how it compares to anything else on the market. And the full user guide is always one click away. Just select Guide in the top navigation bar. Before you rely on vector weather, please take a moment to review these important warnings and disclaimers.